Okay, so welcome back to my channel. If you were here, my last video was all about how gratitude turned me into a manifesting queen, taking gratitude super seriously. I have been able to manifest pretty much anything I want. But I told you on my last video that I would on this one talk about how I was able to manifest a leading role in a feature film. Number one on the call sheet, which is a big deal. If you are not an actor, then that might be like a little bit confusing. But if you are an actor, then you know. Number one on the call sheet, baby, that is a big deal. So the call sheet in production is basically like the schedule of the day. It lists out all of the positions of people that are a part of the production. So it will have all of the main crew people, all of the key crew, like hair, makeup, the key grip, the director, the producer, like the nearest hospital, the scenes that we're going to be filming for the day. And then it also lists off the cast, typically for the day, but also like just in general within the production. So the cast of most films or television show is kind of like listed number-wise in terms of their relevance to the story. So the number one position is obviously the lead character of this story. So meaning they're pretty much in every scene, and then it lists down so forth. So, you know, the number two is usually the co-star, number three, and then so forth, so forth, so forth. Like, so when you're a part of an ensemble cast, for instance, unless you are the lead of that show, you typically could be number 5 or number 7 or number 10. Like when I was on Degrassi, like I think my number was like number 11 or 12 or something like that. And that's because we had a large ensemble cast. And number one, for just some relevance, if you were a Degrassi fan, was actually the character Emma, was Miriam McDonald. But that's just to give you kind of an example. I'm at a place in my career where I am a leading lady. I am saying that out loud. That is what I am capable of doing. That is the workload that I want for myself. I want to lead as much as possible. I want to lead productions. I want to have my ideas be at the forefront of something. And so whether I'm producing, developing a story, whether I am acting in a story, I see myself as a leader, and how can I lead as best as possible? When it came to manifesting, I put this out there into the world that I wanted to be number one, and I wasn't backing down from that. I did not think it was a delusional thing. I did not think that it was me being like really cocky or anything like that. I just know my worth. I know my work. I know my capabilities and my talents and what I bring to the table. So I was like, you are number one, and that's the only place that I want to see myself. So what did I start to do? I didn't only just put it out to the universe that that's what I wanted, but I started to pay attention constantly. People that were in the number one position on a production, what did they do? What were they doing that was making them exceptional, that was making them very much the number one position? Anytime any of my actor friends told me stories of a production that they were on, I would ask them, like, what did the person who was the lead of that show or that series or whatever they were doing, how were they behaving? What made them different? What did they do? And I would really listen and take it on and envision myself in that position. I would constantly write it down. I want to be the lead. I see myself as the lead. I know that I deserve to be number one on the call sheet, that I can do it. I can take on that challenge, because it's a challenge, right? Being in every single scene throughout a production is a lot of work. It requires a lot of energy. It requires just a lot of care for yourself and others, and also taking your work very seriously. You've got to be on. You've got to be ready. That also led me back to just in general the jobs that I was interested in, the things that I would audition for in itself, right? Like if somebody said to me, hey Andrea, I've got this script for you and you're the lead of it, I would read it. I was always like, let me take a look at this, because that's the position I see myself in. So I have to be open to those opportunities. I can't focus in on what exactly it looks like. I just have to know that I see myself like this. So in comes this film from this director named Jamal Dado. The film is called The Threesome. It is a sex comedy told from 3 points of view. It's a wild script, and it's just hilarious and crazy and like a lot of things. But there's this character, Stacy, and my agent sent it to me. They say, take a look at it, read the script. You know, it does require some things that are a little out of the box, but let me know what you think, because I think the character is also very funny. And it was a hilarious, hilarious script. And so when I read it, I was like, this is hilarious. It's the leading role of this film. I should at least audition for it because that's the position I want to see myself in. So I will always take these things on. And even if it is something that's out of my comfort zone, I'm still going to be willing to at least give it a chance because I don't want the universe to think I'm blocking the things that it is sending towards me, especially if I keep asking for this thing. I book it. What? And this character is quite literally #1 on the call sheet. And I knew it. As soon as I booked it, I was like, of course I booked this because I only ask the universe for this. I kept asking for this over and over and over again, that I wanted to be #1 on the call sheet. Now, the real like a zinger that kind of happens in your life, this is out of my comfort zone. There's parts of this character that I could really play and knock out the park, but then there's a lot of things that happen within the story that was gonna be very much out of my comfort zone. So I really had to think, is this the stretching that I am ready for? This pull that it's going to do, this openness that I'm going to require. Am I ready to do that? And truthfully, I am. I'm ready for challenges. I'm ready for things that are gonna open me up. I'm ready to take risks on myself and my craft and my career. And so in came this role and this experience and this amazing director and amazing team behind it, and they treated me like the #1. They really were excited for me. They were excited for my talent. They were excited for what I was bringing to the table. And those are the opportunities that I dream of in this business. I've been in this business since I was a kid. I am a Black actress. I do not always get a fair shot at things. I do not always get a fun experience in things. And that's just the truth of the matter. But I try, and I try really hard all the time. And this opportunity came exactly when I needed it. Creatively, you know, also just the position of it, just everything about it. It just came exactly when I needed it. So I was like, yes. Then on top of that, while we were filming, I said, you know, because it's an independent film, so the route of the independent films is typically you're going to put them into the film festival circuit and somebody's going to buy it for distribution, and then it's going to get to be on another platform for everybody else to see. An Amazon, a Hulu, whatever it may be, but that's the goal for most filmmakers. So while we were filming, I said, we should put this into ABFF. ABFF being the American Black Film Festival. It's one of my favorite film festivals in the US. It's just amazing. It is Hollywood, it is newbies, it is creatives, it's Black people, it's amazing. Anyway, if you haven't been, you should definitely go. I've been there a bunch of times for my web series. I've been an ambassador for the festival. I just get a lot of love and support when I go there, and I feel great when I'm there. Cutting this story now so that I can tell you guys one more thing about manifesting. The last time I was at ABFF was 2018. And I was there for my web series, and I had a great time. This director, Matthew Cherry, said to me, when are you gonna do a feature film? He's like, you've done web series now. That's basically like making a bunch of small pilots. Like, you need to do a bigger thing. You need to do a feature. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I totally need to do a feature film. And I said to my friends that were with me, I said, the next time I come back here, it's gonna be for the feature film competition. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't know what that necessarily meant. In my head, I thought, okay, that means I gotta come up with a feature. Cut to now, 2022, just finished filming in the summer of 21. This film, The Threesome, directed and written by Jamal Dadoe, and it gets into ABFF in the feature film competition, the narrative feature competition. What? I said this in 2018. That's the part of manifesting that I think can frustrate people, because you can't control it. You can't control when and how and what. You just gotta work towards it, and then it will happen. So I say all that to say, manifesting is real. Belief in yourself is real. And extreme faith that the thing you want will happen. You just don't know when, but it is going to happen, is very real. Also know that you cannot control the package. This was a leading role. #1 on the call sheet, the thing I dreamed and dreamed about. But it was also a role that was gonna stretch me. It was also a role that was out of my comfort zone. It was a role that required me to do things that I hadn't done at all in my career at any point. Required me to kind of just come out of my shell and to be the wild woman that I always want to be in film, but I always thought, oh, I could control the narrative, okay? And that really opened me up to realize, like, I cannot control the package. I can just only ask for the thing, but I can't control how it's going to come. And manifesting is about you surrendering, is about you just like relinquishing control and saying, I'm giving it to you, God, I'm giving it to you, universe. Please bring this thing back to me because I'd really like it and I think I'm ready for it. And when you are ready for it, it will arrive. For my next video, hey, maybe we should get ready for a film festival. Would you guys like that? A little bit of a get ready with me, a little bit of a chit chat, a little bit of what this looks like, the behind the scenes of promotion and marketing and strategy for yourself as a full-time creative. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this.